Jordan, I'm not a sentimental person, but I have to say one of the highlights of the season's been seeing you back on a pitch. What's the last few days been like back in the blue and white quarters for Rovers?
No, yeah, it's obviously been great to be back, obviously involved with the lads. Obviously had a few games on the bench, and then obviously when I got the nod from the gaffer, I was delighted to obviously be back involved. I've been back in training a few months now, but obviously I've been chomping at the bit to get back. So to get the nod on the Friday before Cheltenham was just made up to get out there, and yeah, so it just made it better that we got the win.
Because where did all that energy come from against Cheltenham?
No, I think it was just, I was on adrenaline, do you know what I mean? Obviously you do all your fitness work, getting back and things like that, but you just get your second wins, and to be honest with you, I was always going to run around. I haven't run around like that on the pitch for 15, 16 months, so just great to be back.
And against Cambridge, you took up what appeared to be a knock, and we all like take a gas, but it's part and parcel of the game, isn't it? Kicks, bruises.
Yeah, no, definitely part and parcel. Obviously, I think the gaffer's just obviously managing me minutes at the minute, which is obviously totally understandable. Obviously, I was probably a little bit frustrated getting brought off Tuesday night, but you know, it's probably the right decision after being out for so long.
Can you take me back then? I remember the injury because I think we said at the time 10 weeks. So as weeks turned into months and a year or so, just talk me through why it was so serious and why you were out of action for so long.
Yeah, obviously it's a long story, but it's a bit of a mad one. Obviously it was only meant to be a 6-week injury originally. Obviously the MK Dons game, I got the injury, just, you know, something little went off for the head. I just felt something in my knee. When I seen a specialist, and the specialist said, listen, I can have you back playing within 4 to 6 weeks. So just I would have been back after Christmas, just after around the January time, and then went in for surgery the week later. But then unfortunately during the surgery, I picked up an infection. Don't quite know the name of it, but it was an infection what travelled through my bloodstream and got into my joints, and then from then on in I just was really ill, sick for a few weeks. Obviously a lot of nights in hospital. Obviously on drips and things like that, antibiotics, and from then on in it was just an uphill battle to get back, but everything was good within the knee, but it's just that way the infection got into the joint. That's what really set me back, and it was just, you know, I lost weight and things like that, and obviously lost all my leg muscles, learning to walk again and things like that, so it was an uphill task, but I just always knew that obviously I wanted to get back playing, and obviously thankfully, you know, I'm back on my feet now, I'm back playing.
So at its worst, how bad was it? You couldn't walk?
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, just didn't feel great after the surgery, to be honest with you. A few days after the surgery, I obviously rang the doctor in here, and I said to them, listen, something's not right here. I don't feel great. Obviously, couldn't really get out of bed, couldn't move, couldn't eat. Just didn't feel great in myself. And then obviously, obviously a few days later, I come down here, and then he said, listen, doing a few tests, took a bit of fluid out the knee, and he said, listen, you've got an infection in your knee. I think it's something like a 1 in 10,000 chance. I think the surgeon said he's been doing what he's been doing for 30 years, and he said I'm his first ever like infection or something to have these complications. So it was obviously tough to hear, but from then on in it was just about getting myself back healthy, and then whenever I played again or got myself going again, then just took care of that when I could.
So whenever I see you, you've got this infectious smile. How did you keep your spirits up?
No, I've just got boss people around me. I'm lucky to obviously have a boss girlfriend, a good girlfriend, obviously a good family. And obviously I was lucky enough that I was living down here at the time with 2 great captains who've been captain of this football club, Paul Coote and Sam Finley. Obviously they were the ones who were taxing me round, you know, helping me round, getting ice for me, getting me food for me. So I've obviously got a lot of them to thank for the early stages. And then, yeah, just good people in the building, good people around the club. Obviously the previous coaching staff who were brilliant with me, the new coaching staff, I can't thank everyone enough, to be honest with you. Probably too long to say everyone's name, and obviously a special mention to Jim Buckley as well, because he was the one who was actually taxing me up and back to hospitals and picking me up here and there. So I think people like that obviously deserve a lot of credit, who don't get the credit they deserve in the club, but the people behind the scenes who were brilliant. And yeah, so just got loads of good people who were thanked for getting me back to the stage, and hopefully me playing now I can replay them.
Yeah, were you always confident you would get better and you'd be back out onto the pitch?
Obviously you have a lot of dark moments and things like that, but for me it's just I'm still lucky to do what I do you know what I mean? I was still getting paid, I wasn't stressing about, you know, where the next paycheck's coming from or anything like that, so I was lucky in that sense. And then yeah, for me it was just about getting myself back healthy first of all, and then obviously getting myself back in the gym, getting myself strong again. But I just obviously knew it was going to take a while, do you know what I mean, because of how bad the infection was at the time. But no, I'm just delighted to be back now.
And touch wood, is it all over now? Are you fully fit and that's the end of it?
Yeah, hopefully, you know, hopefully showed the last few games that, you know, I'm fully fit. Obviously ready to go now. Obviously the knee's in great condition. It always was. It was just literally the infection what kind of put everything back so long. Do you know what I mean? But now I'm feeling fit, and obviously only 2 games left. Feels a bit weird for me because obviously I want the season to carry on another few months. But say 2 more games to go. Hopefully I can get a few more minutes, and then see what happens then.
Because you're only 27, you must feel that right. This is. I've had my bad luck to last the whole career now. I just want to be playing games.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously missing so long football, do you know what I mean? It's obviously being hard, do you know what I mean? And around the lads, obviously getting in the gym, obviously on your own some days, but that's just part and parcel. You know, injuries happen. It's just that I was obviously unfortunately one of the unlucky ones where the infection crept up on me. But you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, I've learnt loads about myself, learnt loads about my body, and you know, I'll be stronger for it in the future.
And this puts things into perspective, doesn't it? Contracts, but you are out of contract in the summer. What's the future?
Yeah, who knows? I say I'm not really thinking about that at the minute, to be honest with you. I'm just delighted to be back playing football, and then whatever happens, wherever I'll be next year, we'll just have to see. And obviously the talks will happen in the summer, whether it's here, whether it's somewhere else. But for me at the minute, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just obviously delighted to be have the Rovers shirt back on.
And it's just a coincidence you've returned and Rovers have won both games, back to returning winning ways?
Yeah, no, I say nothing to do with me. I think obviously the lads have been unlucky in some of the games with the run we've been on, do you know what I mean? I think we've got a group of lads there, obviously, you know, obviously who care, I've got a staff who care, and we've all been gutted at how it's been going. I think it's sometimes you just can't put your finger on it, but I think a few of them games we did lose, or, you know, we had a few 0-0s, we probably did deserve to win the game. That's just how football goes sometimes, and I think obviously Saturday we had the luck on our side. Obviously we went up, scored early, and I think that just changed the momentum. But I say, no, the lads in there, they care, do you know what I mean? It's a great group of lads, it's a great building, and probably we're the ones who are obviously hurting the most that our results have gone. But no, I say just look forward to the last 2 games now. And
just finally, the Gasheads, have they been a support as well? They gave you a big cheer on Tuesday night.
Yeah, no, obviously, yeah, great reception. I say, we all know when the Gasheads are behind us, it's an unbelievable noise inside that Memorial Stadium. So yeah, no, obviously can't thank them enough for the support. Obviously, I know obviously I see a few things on social media about the injury and all that, and obviously it is what it is. But no, I would say they've been brilliant, and hopefully we can get a win Saturday for them.